doing their thing, and it's like, this is all me. Like,
yeah.
It's great. So I would love to like work under them and learn from them.
Hi, my name is Leeli Givens. I'm 22 years old. I'm the founder and CEO of Lovely Productions, which is an event and media production company. And this is an interview for Love and Lux blog. So I came up with the name Lovely Productions. I was trying to find a name for a really long time. I couldn't think of anything. And then my personal Instagram account was like Lovely G. So then I just kind of was like, oh, I'll just use the Lovely from that and say Lovely Productions. It took way too long to get to that conclusion. But yeah, so basically the company's mission is to create media, whether it's like videos, films, or events, that's basically just positive and encouraging. And I really like to do things that allow other young entrepreneurs to like come together and kind of collaborate on different things, whether it's like a musician getting together with a videographer and then make a music video, things like that. So really the point of it is just to bring the community together, promote and encourage positivity, and then also supporting like different organizations and charities in the areas. Most of my events, they're always like a benefit concert or a fundraiser. You know, the proceeds always go, because I just feel like you might as well do something that you love and like have a bigger reason or purpose behind it. So yeah. So I got into like video editing probably back in 9th or 10th grade, and then I decided to go to college for it because it was like, oh, I could, you know, make a career out of it and have a major, so I'll go study and try to see where it goes. So I've always been doing that, and then I started off making like promotional videos for different organizations and like charities in the area, and I still do that now, doing like promotional videos or covering their events. And then I held a benefit concert in 2014 that it's called Notes of Hope, and it was during the Ebola outbreak in West Africa. So one of my like cousins was doing something where she runs an orphanage, and the numbers were just really going high because of the Ebola outbreak. So kids were losing their parents and whatnot. So there was an increase in orphans. So basically, I decided to do that fundraiser to raise money for the orphanage so that they could, you know, because schools were closed, so they needed supplies and they needed money just for general things. So I did that in 2014, and that ended up becoming this annual event. So it's kind of education in Liberia in general, because my family's from Liberia. So every year, a bunch of different like local musicians and poets, dance groups get together, and we raise money. So it started off kind of as just something I was doing as an individual, and then last year I decided like, why not make it an official business, because I think it'd be really awesome to, you know, have it continue to grow, and that can be what I do, you know, as my career, because I love doing it, and it doesn't feel like work, like I like doing it. So that's how Lovely Productions became Lovely Productions. It's kind of a thing where I know the people I went to school with, and we have similar interests, friends and family members, and I meet people like while working on different projects. I don't have like employees or anything like that, but it's kind of like a collaborative thing. Or there's like a lot of times, especially Rowan University, I get a lot of volunteers from Rowan to come out and help with events. And like I did a fashion show called Round Trip back in April, and collaborated with Christian Lewis. He runs UVision Photography, and Elijah Olumakun, and he does a little bit of everything. So we all got together and put on this fashion show, and we had like maybe like 30 different people from Rowan come out as like models, and a bunch of volunteers and performers, and it was really great because it was just a whole bunch of like college and high school students just getting together and doing things that they like doing, and then we got to, you know, donate all the money to Faith Cedars Ministries, who does work in Liberia and Jamaica. It's an LLC, but I don't know. I've kind of thought about that. Maybe like I should have just been a nonprofit, because I tend to just do a whole lot of nonprofit work, but that wasn't really like the intention at first. So yeah, I mean, I would like to I'd like to make money from it. So I would say the benefit concert, Notes of Hope, because it's something I look forward to every year, and I know other people look forward to it too, because it's kind of just this really nice and like somewhat like intimate kind of experience where everybody's just kind of like getting up on stage and just like, you know, burying themselves and just putting them, you know, putting themselves on the line. So it's really great. And there's just people who are just so talented, and it's great like discovering all these different talents. And a lot of people have like met other musicians, and then I'll see them like collaborate on something, and it's just really cool. So we're doing it again this year in December, on December 8th. And this year we have, her name's Allison Stoner. She's like an actress and singer, dancer. Yeah, exactly. So she's hosting the event this year. So, so it's really cool to like kind of see it grow from being like this little thing in a cafe with maybe like 20 people to now like this bigger thing. And like, we've got like groups like dance groups like From Rowan who want to come, and then the host, and then just like, I don't know, it's kind of just continues to grow, and I just love seeing that, because that's, I don't want to say I didn't see that as my vision, but it just wasn't, I thought it was going to be a one-time thing when I did it, so it's really cool seeing where that went, and I just want to keep growing. So Notes of Hope, it's a benefit concert. Local musicians, dancers, singers, poets, they all get together, and it's usually around like 12 different artists. And basically tonight is just to raise money for Face Eaters Ministries. They do work in Liberia, in the school specifically. So, and then I do like mission trips and stuff with them. So I kind of get to help raise the money, and then get to like actually do the hands-on work too. So yeah, we do that every year, and it's always in December. So it's kind of like that holiday feel-ish with it. I think I've learned maybe to be willing to put myself out there more, and like network and reach out to people who I may have not thought of to initially, or you know, just kind of really just seeing where it goes, like taking a chance, taking a risk, because I feel like you have to do that a lot, especially when you're trying to run a business, because you don't really ever know anything for sure. So that's done a lot for me. Like, I've made mistakes and I've learned from them, and I've like been able to see like, oh, this works, this doesn't work. So every year I just try to apply that, whether it's the events or a project I'm working on, like a video, different things. It does, but I don't know. It's like, it's not that intentional. It just happens. I don't know. But it is something where I like to see, because a lot of times the image of like Black youth specifically isn't always positive, and I feel like there is a whole lot of positivity going on there. There's a lot of talent, people like, you know, just really smart, really like, what's the word? Like when like you take initiative to do something, like there's just so much going on, and I feel like it doesn't get enough attention. So I think it's really great when you get to see like, you know, this whole project or event or company, and it's just like a whole bunch of young Black kids just like being great. I would say, okay, so most of my events do kind of revolve around Liberia, raising money for different projects going on over there, just because that's like something that's close to me because my family's from there. And it's also like, I feel like there's a lot of charities and organizations out there, and you don't necessarily know where your money's going or like what's being done. And this is something where I see the work being done, and I'm also involved in the work being done. So I have like, so I know for a fact that like if I'm having this benefit concert or this fashion show, like I'm not just saying the money's going, like it really is. So I think my family though, they've just always been very supportive and very like, you can do whatever you want to do. Like my parents are the most supportive people in the world, and like I don't think I would be able to do anything I'm doing without them. They're like, they just always have my back. So I think that just that mindset that you can do whatever you want to do and we'll be there to help you do it, it just kind of keeps me going. So I'm in school right now to be a producer, and I would really love to work in production with Gina Rodriguez or Issa Rae. Issa Rae is kind of like everything I want to be, like how she started on YouTube and everything. Like that's what I'm just trying to do that, like putting my work out there. Like somebody will notice eventually. So I would love to work for her. Who else?
I had a feeling you were gonna say Issa.
Yeah, she's right. Or even like Shonda Rhimes, like people who are just kind of like showrunners, and they're just doing their thing, and it's like, this is all me. Like it's great. So I would love to like work under them and learn from them and apply it to what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of somebody specific. I know that I would want to talk to someone who was there like when Black people weren't really on television, kind of like opening the doors for that, but I can't think of like who specifically. I would really like to know what it was like for like that first Black woman to like be in the industry and see like where it all began. I don't know if it wouldn't be like okay, I guess it's kind of an event. I would want to do some type of either like a summer camp, or even if it was, I've always wanted to like open up a school. Like I've always felt like that's something I wanted to do, but that'd be like super down the line. But just some type of like school or like summer program where students could come for like a week or so and just kind of focus on their specific area, specific to like the creative and performing arts. Because I think, I don't know, it's just be really cool, because I have like dancers who like I follow on social media, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm not that much of a dancer, but I would love to like work with them, and I would love to like present other people with the opportunity to take their class or whatever, who normally wouldn't get it. And you know, or come if like your thing is music, or if it's acting, if it's producing film or television, just like kind of having some time where you can go away and just work with a bunch of people your age and just focus on like perfecting that skill and that craft. And like I feel like that's something that I should have done, like I would have liked to do growing up, and just kind of see other people my age doing the same thing, and kind of outside of the reins of like a traditional schooling program. Like I'd really like to be able to have that creative freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do, as opposed to having all these like rules and like this project you have to do it like this and this, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's something I would like to do. I like Molly. I think her storyline's kind of entertaining, and also kind of how she has that where she's, I like where her storyline with the like with her job and like, you know, being at the right place and kind of being like the only Black person there. I kind of relate to that a little bit, because growing up I was always the only like Black girl everywhere, so it's like kind of seeing her like go through that and be like the token Black girl in her workplace. And then also just, I feel like both her and Issa, when it comes to relationships, where it's just kind of like, I just don't really know what's going on. It's like just trying to figure it out. I feel like that's kind of everybody who's like in our age group, like it's forever just trying to figure life out. So yeah, but Issa makes me laugh, so maybe she's my favorite. I think it was January, I went to Liberia on a mission trip, so I was working in the schools, but I also took the time to go around like interviewing and talking to different people who went through the coup when the government got thrown over, and just the whole like years of civil war. So that was really cool. I got to get a lot of stories. And there's like 5 different episodes that are on YouTube and my website, lovelyproductions.com. It's called Our Story, Our Song. So I do still do that, and I also do a lot of like promotional videos for different organizations. Like come to me and they're like, oh, we're trying to do this, like could you do this? So then like a lot of times they'll give me footage they have, and I'll like create something out of it. And I'm going to school now basically for filmmaking, cinema and media production as a producer. So right now I'm getting a lot of experience working on like a set and all of that. So I'd like to do that more, because that's kind of my main focus. But I also feel like I enjoy putting on events more. So I don't know. I have both of them. So. Mm-hmm. Only start a business or organization if it's something you're very passionate about, because that's the only way it's going to survive. It's the only way it's going to be successful. And don't be afraid to make a mistake or lose money or, you know, just fail, because it always will like pay off in the end. It's always great to be able to kind of control something and like have your idea, have your vision, and just learn how to implement from it, and make sure you have the right people around you, because you're going to need help eventually. You're going to need support, and you're going to need the right people to do it. You need people who keep you going and kind of inspire you and motivate you. Like, a lot of my friends happen to be entrepreneurs, and it's just really great because like I see everything that they're doing, and it keeps me going, and then like we can work together, like, even you. Like, I love when there's like young people who kind of just take on their own thing.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.